Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. I have a horrible test panel up on the horses here, and there's a good reason this panel isn't on the car anymore. It's in horrible shape. However, it's a great candidate to show you what I want to show you today, and that's a great combination or team that you can put together with the Rotary Polisher to do an enhancement or a one-step. Not multi-step, not cut and then finish, but enhancement or a one-step, which is done in a quick and easy and effective process. So I'd like to team the Koch Chemie P6 which is a one cut and finish, and then the corresponding pad, which is color-coded, which makes it simple and easy for you. Team that up with the Rotary Polisher for enhancements and one-steps. I often get a lot of questions on the Rotary when it comes to enhancements or one-steps with a little bit of hazing or buffer trails left behind. Well, hopefully this video helps a little bit, and I'll try and cover as much as I can to alleviate that for you. But basically with this pad, I like to get it on, and it's rather stiff, so I'll use a pad conditioner. Any pad conditioner that can be picked up, it doesn't matter what brand. You can also use a quick detailer to condition a pad and work it in there, because a lot of those pads are going to be a little stiff. I only like to, by the way, use wool or foam pads with the Rotary. No microfiber pads, none of the denim pads, obviously not. So I'm also going to prime the foam pad here up with the product as well, and really try and just get things nice and soft and ready to lay down on that panel and work it immediately and have it effective. And then of course I always like to apply product when I'm using the Rotary onto the panel using an application pad that really cuts down on the sling. Having worked with the P601, I know exactly how much I can lay down on the panel here with the applicator to be able to work this huge section that I'm working on here, twice the size of the normal section, because quite frankly, the one cut and finish, you can work that really as long as you want to with minimal, even if you're using a dual action polisher, rotary polisher, whatever you're using, you won't have any dusting. The cycle time, the open time is going to be nice and long. You can take your time, not have to rush. Now, if you're out in direct sunlight and you're mobile and you have to be outside, that's going to be a little bit of a different situation. But again, I'll spread the product out a little bit more yet, work it a little bit, and I'll do 1/2 at a time. The speed is going to be towards the 4th speed setting. When I'm working the Rotary, guys, I like to work that at a slightly higher speed than the dual action polisher, which is more leaning down towards the 3rd speed setting. You want to have, especially if you're doing a one-step or an enhancement, you want to have that polisher at a bit of a higher speed. But then again, you're not going to hear me have it on full speed with the polisher screaming across the panel. Always under control, always nice, fluid, smooth movements. If you can, getting an even cut with that enhancement or one step. And you're going to see the arm movement is just slightly quicker than doing correction speed with a dual action polisher. Because of the strength and the effectiveness of the Rotary, the arm speed and the speed of the polisher a little bit higher than normal. When it comes to Rotary polishers themselves, you don't have to overthink it, and you don't have to spend a ton of money, like some would on a dual action polisher, to cut down on the noise and vibration. A Rotary polisher is already smooth to begin with, and quite, it's not very noisy. So you can go, just like I did here, to Harbor Freight and pick up this Chicago Electric for what, 35, 45 bucks? I'm not even sure what it was anymore, but they last. The only problem with them is that they do have a short cord, so if you can get any cordless unit at all, you're going to be happy, like the ShineMade polisher. The cord is so short on here. I'm sharing an outlet with the shop light here, and I can't even throw it up over my shoulder. It's normally about 6 feet or so, and it's just way too short. But when it comes to the performance of the polisher, really, it does as good as any other. For the most part, the rotary polisher and the pad should be laid flat while polishing as often as possible, just lifting slightly here and there when I need to on body lines and the contours of the body to get the pad in there for a nice even cut. Slightly lifting it just enough to get it in there. Now, I get a lot of questions besides the hazing and buffer trails on the wobble of the rotary polisher. And yeah, that can be a little bit scary if you're not used to the machine, if that thing starts to wobble around a little bit. But all you have to do is add a little bit more product to the pad. When you feel a wobble coming on, slightly lift it on a 10 to 15 degree angle and then slowly let it back down and continue on and stay calm. Again, the polisher should always be under control and used smoothly, not stabbing it around. I also don't have a ton of pressure applied to the top of the polisher. I'm guiding it back and forth, applying pressure with my thumb and my index finger for the most part. I'm not leaning on the polisher. That can lead to buffer trails as well and a little bit of hazing. So if you're having a problem with that, it could be one of many things. Extremely soft clear coat using a pad that just isn't soft enough, the liquids themselves, the speed of the polisher, and all you need to do is adjust one or all of those and you should be perfectly fine. You're going to see here using the overhead lights, and then I'll also include the shop light, that there's not going to be any buffer trails or hazing in the surface we just corrected here. So let me wipe off the residue left behind, remove the tape, and we'll take a look. On an extremely soft clear coat, and I believe it was on a Jaguar, one of the softest I've worked on recently. I did finish down with the rotary, but it was with Angel Wax Perfect Polish and a black application pad. Now, the black application pad in many lines has no aggression to it, really. It's meant to apply waxes and sealants. If you team that up with Angel Wax Perfect Polish on those real finicky soft clear coats, you won't have any hazing or buffer trails. This panel here is a complete horror show with solvent pop, rock chips, scratches, oxidation, overall dullness, swirls. And we made a huge difference just doing a one-step. And you can do the same thing, make a huge turnaround with an enhancement as well. And using the rotary polisher, you're going to make quick and easy work of that chore. When it comes to the hopping and skipping, I gave you some advice on that. When it comes to hazing, which right here you're going to be able to see using the shop light, that we didn't leave any hazing or buffer trails behind. Just turn up the polisher just a little bit higher, use a softer pad, use a lighter correction fluid, lighten up the pressure, and change your arm speed. One or all of those should take care of that problem. This has been Brian from Apex Detail. Catch you in the next video.